Hello, my friends, welcome back. Today, I want to talk about a game that I am very pleasantly surprised with. Normally, I wouldn't make a video on a game I haven't finished yet, but I'm working on something else right now, and in an effort to improve my upload frequency, I thought I'd try to make a quicker, more casual kind of video. And the game I want to talk about today is The Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria. The Lord of the Rings has something of a shaky history when it comes to video game adaptations. Some are good, like The Third Age or The Hobbit. Some are great, like The Two Towers and The Return of the King. And some are Gollum. When Return to Moria was announced, I thought, who the hell is asking for this? Who wants Lord of the Rings Minecraft? Even as a lifelong Lord of the Rings fan, I thought this sounded dumb as hell, and I just completely dismissed it. Reception to the announcement was lukewarm, perhaps cautiously optimistic, and the reviews are mixed. When Epic Games added Return to Moria to their free for the week Christmas giveaway, one of my brothers suggested that we all give it a try. I was a little apprehensive, but I thought, it's free. What the hell? So we hopped in Discord, loaded up the game, created our dwarves, and to my delight, the game was fun. Dare I say it was very fun. Return to Moria takes place in the Fourth Age, sometime after the events of The Lord of the Rings. Lord Gimli wants to enter the mines of Moria and reclaim Khazad-dûm, but the doors of Durin won't open, so the obvious solution is to just blow a hole in the side of the mountain using explosives. This goes poorly, as the cave collapses and you find yourself trapped deep beneath the mountain. The gameplay loop is essentially Minecraft. You start off only able to make very basic tools. You need to craft things like torches and pickaxes, weapons and armor, and as you dig more greedily and deep, you'll find better materials to make better tools. You can build a base and add furnaces and forges to turn your raw materials into useful items, store resources in chests, and decorate as you see fit. As a survival game, you'll also have things like hunger to deal with. You can use a hearth to cook your meals from meat and vegetables you find. Straying too far from a fire for too long will give you a cold debuff, which drains your stamina faster, so you need to find a fire to warm up. Mining for too long will give you a tired effect, which lowers your maximum stamina temporarily, so you need to find a bed to sleep in before you can keep mining effectively. Balancing how much progress you can make before your hunger or energy depletes is one of the challenges of a survival game. Too fast and it becomes tedious. You can't make much progress before returning to eat and sleep, so it's no fun. Too slow, and the mechanic becomes more of an annoyance than a real core part of the game, and I think Return to Moria struck a pretty good middle ground. If anything, it's maybe a bit fast, but really, it's fine. The game uses some procedural generation to fill in areas between handcrafted environments, so while every playthrough will be somewhat varied, you'll hit the same beats and milestones. The generation is fine, though definitely not perfect. I found plenty of little oddities like a staircase leading into a solid wall, or this passage that is just stone on all sides leading to a dead end. I kind of expected a bit of jank, but really this doesn't bother me as much as it might others. The performance is not fantastic. I noticed several large frame drops, and for whatever reason, sometimes one of my brother's dwarves would be animating at like 6 frames a second, while the other one was fine. Or when we would go into a big open area, there would definitely be some stuttering. While exploring the caves, you'll encounter enemies like rats and whatever these are. There are also wolves, which seems kind of odd. There are, of course, orcs and goblins too, and the game can generate siege events where your base is attacked by a wave of them. They'll try to break down the structural parts of your base. I don't know if they try to steal your resources. We always clean them up too quickly to find out. Combat is just okay. It's like a very clunky Dark Souls with attacks, blocks, roll dodging. One thing that's super fun is using a shield bash to knock enemies off ledges. This isn't a game that needs great combat to be fun, it really just needs to be good enough that it adds a little tension and breaks up the exploration and resource gathering parts, which is exactly what it does. It also serves as sort of a check to make sure that you're using your resources to upgrade your equipment rather than just blasting through the game as quick as you can, because if you're not geared up at least a little bit, there's a good chance that you can just get rinsed in some of the bigger encounters. It's also just fun to make equipment. You'll find these broken statues all around, which you can repair using a hammer that, of course, you need to craft. After you repair a statue, you'll get a recipe that you can use to make better weapons and armor, usually requiring a resource you haven't found yet, so it gives you something to look forward to when you do find that resource. One of the best parts of a game like this is the emergent gameplay, things you don't plan or expect. For instance, the orc raids on your base. You have to drop what you're doing and go protect your stuff. One of the earliest objectives of the game is to find Durin's Highway. We're about 5 hours in now and we haven't even done that. We've tried, but we keep getting sidetracked because we discover a new passageway that leads to some big open area with orcs to fight and resources to gather. We found this elven forge that we had to repair, and that took up a bunch of our time. When we repaired it, we were given the recipe to make steel ingots, which allowed us to make better armor, which we had to go find resources to do. I think you can see why it's so easy to get sidetracked in this game. At one point, I noticed that we'd collected a lot of things that seemed valuable, but we hadn't quite found a use for yet. Things like sapphires and gold coins. I'm a little bit of a weasel, and I wanted to make sure that I always had better stuff than my brothers. So I put a storage chest just outside of our base, because you can't build it too far away from a hearth. And then I just put up a stone wall that kind of looked like it had already been there. I labeled the chest locked, hoping it would dissuade anyone from trying to open it and uncovering my ruse, but unfortunately, when I went to go check on it, I didn't notice that my brother was right behind me. Come on, Mike.
Okay. Hey, what's that little treasure chest you were hiding back there?
Huh?
Where?
No, what?
What is this?
He's got... Matt, did you try to trick us into thinking it was locked by naming it locked?
Oh, it's locked.
You fucking goon, man. See, this is Matt in every game he plays.
Well, I like how when I'm running around the corner, Matt's like, "Come on, Michael, let's go eat, let's go eat." Did you actually do that, Matt, you little fucker?
No.
That's so funny.
We caught him before he could put anything in it, I think.
I think so too. What does he have? Oh,
I don't know what his plan. Oh, it was, no, was it the coal? I don't know. Matt, what were you scheming? Just come on. Tell us. Yeah, I think he took all the coal.
what's he doing?
I think he was hoarding coal.
Matt?
Look, I emptied my pockets, alright? You've got everything.
I don't think there's any way for us to tell what he's actually got on his character.
I know, I dropped it. It's the gold coins.
You fucking...
Return to Moria is a game that I think would be okay to play alone, but with friends, it is fantastic. Kind of like Sea of Thieves. So if you do decide to give it a try, make sure you bring with you a stout group of adventurers. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.